Stay with us, this gets deeper. What if the greatest crimes in history were never brought to justice? For centuries, European powers carved up the African continent. They left behind a legacy of exploitation, violence, and injustice that continues to resonate today. This is the story of colonial crimes, atrocities committed on a massive scale that remain largely unacknowledged and unpunished. We begin in what is now the Democratic Republic of Congo, once the personal property of King Leopold II of Belgium. Under his brutal rule, the Congo Free State became a vast forced labor camp. The Congolese people were forced to harvest rubber, a valuable commodity in the late 19th century. Failure to meet quotas resulted in horrific punishments, including mutilation and death. Entire villages were wiped out. Estimates suggest that Leopold's reign led to the death of as many as 10 million Congolese people. This was genocide in all but name, yet Leopold was never, but here's what they never wanted you to know, held accountable. He profited immensely from the suffering of the Congolese people, building lavish palaces and enriching Belgium while the Congo was systematically plundered. The legacy of Leopold's crimes continues to haunt the Congo today. The country has been plagued by conflict and instability for decades, a direct result of the exploitation and violence inflicted upon it during the colonial era. The Congo is not alone. Throughout Africa, colonial powers committed similar atrocities. In Stay With Us, this gets deeper. German Southwest Africa, now Namibia, the Herero and Nama people rebelled against German rule. The response was swift and brutal. General Lothar von Trotha issued an extermination order, declaring that all Herero men should be shot. The Herero and Nama were driven into the desert, where they died of thirst and starvation. Tens of thousands perished. This was the first genocide of the 20th century, a grim foreshadowing of the horrors to come. Yet, like Leopold, von Trotha was never held accountable for his crimes. He was celebrated as a hero in Germany. In Algeria, French colonial rule was marked by violence and oppression. The Algerian War of Independence was a particularly brutal conflict, with both sides accused of committing atrocities. The French used torture extensively, and many Algerians were killed or disappeared. After Algeria gained its independence, many of these crimes remained uninvestigated and unpunished. The wounds of colonialism run deep. They have shaped the political and economic landscape of Africa, and they continue to fuel conflict and instability. The failure to acknowledge and address these crimes is a barrier to reconciliation and healing. It is time to confront the dark legacy of colonialism. We must demand accountability for the crimes that were committed and ensure that such atrocities never happen again. This is not just about history. It is about justice, and it is about the future. Subscribe to Punna Afrik for more African history and wealth wisdom. Follow for more untold African stories.